of External Affairs confirms India and Myanmar are holding discussions to resolve undemarcated sections of international border. Reports suggest possible territorial exchange along Manipur-Myanmar border. All Manipur Students' Union alleges Centre is planning to cede a portion of Manipur's territory to Myanmar and warns of intense agitation if such a move is pursued. Government plans two-day consultative meeting cum seminar on Manipur's demographic profile amid ongoing pressure by JFT and 14 CSO of Kanglei Park to update NRC both census, excise before census excise in Manipur. JFT warns of boycotting census in Manipur if state government's two-day consultative meeting cum seminar on census and NRC fails to address public aspirations and demands. Directorate of Printing and Stationery, Government of Manipur launches Printflow 360 and online digital workflow platform. Art and Culture Director appeals to support Manipur State Archives' ongoing initiative to digitize and preserve Puya Korbrek manuscripts under Gyan Bharata mission. COSM Secretary urges parents and teachers to ensure that students' academic records match their Aadhaar details to avoid future complications. And Manipur observes 81st Hiroshima Day, commemorating the victims of Second World War atomic bombing of Hiroshima with global appeal for peace and elimination of nuclear weapons. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You are watching Primetime English Bulletin. I am RONIBALA bringing you the top stories and latest news at this hour. Ministry of External Affairs MEA has confirmed that India and Myanmar are holding discussions to resolve undemarcated sections of their international border, amid reports suggesting that both countries are considering a territorial exchange along the Manipur-Myanmar border. Speaking at a media briefing on Tuesday, MEA spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal said some portions of the border between the two neighboring countries are yet to be formally demarcated and that consultations on those sectors are continuing. However, he did not confirm reports claiming that India has proposed exchanging territory as part of the ongoing border demarcation and fencing exercise. The clarification comes after a report by the US-based magazine The Diplomat claimed that India is examining a proposal to demarcate the border between boundary pillars 65 and 68. According to the report, the proposal involves exchanging nearly 1.4 square miles of land in Manipur's Channel district with an adjoining area of Myanmar's Kabo Valley in the Sagyang region. The report further stated that the undemarcated stretch measures about 2.8 kilometers and that an official document dated May 26, 2026 indicated that the demarcation process was expected to be completed within 3 months. India and Myanmar share a 1,643-kilometer international border which passes through the states of Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur and Mizoram. Meanwhile, All Manipur Students' Union AMSU alleges that the centre is planning to cede a portion of Manipur's territory to Myanmar and warns of an intense public agitation if such a move is pursued. Speaking to media, AMSU General Secretary Sabandram Lanba Luwang claimed that the proposed demarcation between border pillars 65 and 68 could result in the transfer of around 3 square kilometers of Manipur to Myanmar. He further alleged that the issue is being pursued without addressing concerns over the NRC census and Special Intensive Revision SIR. Calling the alleged move unacceptable, Lanba said AMSU, along with the people of Manipur, is prepared to launch a strong democratic movement to oppose any attempt to alter the state's territorial boundary.
Akoi ipa ipuna thambina malam sing ase government India na machet phakna yon tholi base nakoi na tummi ngai da nakoi na nupa thoktaba miyam ki khandaba mata wadna si India government ko ise yamna laina yamna third class adugumba citizen amadong lori ba se asi nakoi uhan ganu Bharat lengakta koin thamjaning sin amu Manipur ki territorial integrity ase akoi nakoi da punba matamda matugi lam masing square masing mi masing ko nan nakoi nakoi da pungi bani nakoi da koi Manipur ki lam ase Myanmar da pitho hai nakoi yaw ki banate adana maram kana lalho banam thabagi mingda koi Manipur ki lam jon thokpo yaroi madu gi nakta yamsur thenagani.
Manipur government plans two-day consultative meeting cum seminar on the state's demographic profile amid ongoing pressure by Campaign for Just and Fair Delimitation JFD and 14 CSOs of Kanglei Park to update NRC before census exercise in Manipur to identify illegal immigrants. The seminar titled Demographic Profile of Manipur is scheduled to be held from August 7 and 8 at Hotel Grande in Chingmairong, with Chief Minister Yumnam Khemchand expected to inaugurate the event. Questions have been raised over the government's decision to organize a seminar amid the prevailing situation in the state. Some CSO leaders, speaking on condition of anonymity, questioned the timing and purpose of the program. They argued that while JFD and several CSOs have been pressing for an updated NRC and census, the government's decision to hold the seminar instead has raised doubts. The leaders questioned whether the seminar is intended to divert attention from the growing demand for an updated NRC and census. Meanwhile, Campaign for Just and Fair Delimitation JFD warns that it will boycott the census in Manipur if the state government's two-day consultative meeting cum seminar on census and NRC beginning tomorrow fails to address the aspirations and demands of the people. Speaking after a meeting of civil society leaders at Wangkai Thangjam Lekai today, JFD convener Jitendra Ningomba said the organization maintains that the census should be conducted only after updating the NRC. He expressed concern over the government's decision to hold a seminar without first announcing its stand on the NRC. Jitendra said JFD will participate in the consultation to observe its outcome, but warned that if the government fails to act in line with public sentiment, the organization will launch a statewide boycott of the census exercise in Manipur. JFD Finance Secretary Sunil Karam alleges that the state government's proposed consultative meeting cum seminar on census and NRC is an attempt to dilute the public demand for updating the NRC before conducting the census. Speaking at a public discussion jointly organized by JFD and Bishnupur Akoiba Apunbalup BAAL at Lamangdong Community Hall, Sunil said the issue of identifying illegal immigrants has long remained unresolved despite repeated public appeals. He also said the government would be responsible for any adverse consequences if the census is conducted without adequate safeguards.
Pangtokudoriba seminar sida tarik tarit amusung tarik nipan se sida tarakdubo warep aduna Manipur gi miyam na pami bo warep ki wangmada makoine kariguma lawraba haibadi census togdingi mamangida NRC togani haibo wafum se phongdoraktaba akoi taragadi aikoina khanjaramba Manipur miyam na khanjarimba hauja thengkhang ka ana hanna hanjanna haira fawda tabidrebani na aikoi boycott togani haina koin khanjarbo phomdudi laiba tarik tari amusung nipan se masigi warep ki matungina karigumba miyam na pamba warep to lobiraba yes okay miyam na pamba warep lobirak tu taragadi boycott ki kongjingje koi sanction gani.
Bishnupur Akoiba Apunbalup announces its support for all initiatives undertaken by the JFD. BAAL President L. Dev Chan said that under the prevailing situation in Manipur, people are demanding that the census be postponed. He alleged that the government has failed to respond to the public's demand. Dev Chan urged the state government to convene a cabinet meeting, adopt a resolution to postpone the census, and communicate the decision to the central government.
matam leiringaida yenga sutena government hiramasuda yamna hena concern oibiraga mikok tibagi thabak thawramase athuba matamda cabinet mifam phambi gera assembly kaubi gera tawraga masi yaithok anabagi India government da se thabiyu edina census siga mari leimada yumko kiba mati mikok kibaga mari leinabada tawrakado lokalakado action amadi madugi thabak thawram khudamata Bishnupur Akoiba Apunbalup balna maigei sigi oiba achoba thawdang lawgani aduga mapung phana sagotkani.
Directorate of Printing and Stationery, Government of Manipur today launched Printflow 360, an online digital workflow platform at its office in Yai School, Imphal. Launching the platform, Director N.G. Robin said the system will make departmental operations paperless, reduce processing time, improve efficiency, and ensure faster service delivery. He added that the platform enables real-time tracking of printing jobs, enhances transparency and accountability, and maintains complete digital records of official work. The Directorate has already achieved paperless status, and the Director expressed confidence that the Printflow 360 will further modernize the department's functioning.
Akwai document adu nambiu se revenue register lising ani nambiu haiba se concern DC office tagi concern AGO office tagi tawlaw na thara ga dum khudakta khoi da dum urani sigi system sina kana base director na pre press ki section da pitha gare aduna kaino se document ugi form se sem ba hogare adai sem loi gare haiba se adum update taw system na si loina bak se ngasai akwai client oiriba office tu na u phange hojiti transparency se lehele Hujikti aina online yeng yare efficiency se calculate taw yara bane na koina analyze taw ngame system digital system gi nuai base record su moire chahi chu panna.
Director of Art and Culture K. Dinamani appeals to the public to support Manipur State Archives' ongoing initiatives to digitize and preserve Puya Korbrek manuscripts under Gyan Bharatam mission. Speaking at a press conference in Kashampa today, Dinamani said the mission launched by the Ministry of Culture aims to preserve India's manuscript heritage through digital documentation. He clarified that the survey is only for identification and digitization and that the original manuscripts will remain with its owners. He urged owners of Korbrek manuscripts to register them with the state archives, aiding that donors will be permanently recognized at the archives. Dinamani also informed that the department is planning to introduce a Puya course subject to government approval.
Me awareness like the baita koi survey sor buda Puya ke ge thambal angu singe koi theng ba jaro adi hangdok ba jade adi like from the dia de mi tha phat ba di ya de kai na dumba koi thajan na believe to adu le bina koi da ju khudong sa da ba kha mayong na baita re leire khang chu koi puthorok ta ba de leiye de khang ba adu na masi gi awareness e parja sing da mu maru oina manuscript ki custodian sing da abil tong ning ni se aina tong ning di sina koi gi team na sap matam da adum loge haiban na de koi photo tawraga photo na digitize tawraga koi record tawraga mahan da na ba adu gi tawbuni.
COSM Secretary Kundrakpam Kumar urges parents and teachers to ensure that the students' academic records match their Aadhaar details to avoid future complications. Speaking at the annual school day of Trinity Public School, Mungsangai, where HSLC meritorious students were felicitated, Kumar said the implementation of NEP 2020 will bring major changes to the education system over the next 2 to 3 years. He stressed that Class 11 examinations should no longer be treated as a mere promotion stage, noting that nearly half of the syllabus of competitive examinations such as G and NEET is covered in Class 11. He also cautioned that discrepancies between academic records and Aadhaar details could create problems during admissions and other official procedures, and urged parents and teachers to verify students' records at the earliest. Social scientist Dr. Dhanabil Ashram attended the event. Among others, meritorious students were honored with cash, awards, certificates and mementos, while the school highlighted its support for deserving students through free admissions and free concessions.
छात्र खरा से पेन याव के 11 तम से लंबा याव है मोय केस कर ठोक लगे औना आइन हाइदे से पेरेंट्स एंड गार्जियंस एंड स्कूल अथॉरिटीज दा सिगी पेन से याव द्रगदी आइन अखोइन मोय 11 कारक मतम दा अखोइ की एनरोलमेंट रजिस्ट्रेशन दे अप्लाई तो वे रे मसिगी एरिया सिम सु अजोइन नोट तक सिम स्कूल अथॉरिटी ने सु अपर द फिजिक्स मैंडेटरी होइद्रा अपर से याव रसु यारे याव दसु यारे औना अखोइ अदगी बम याम से याम तार अदगी एबीसी ले एकेडमिक बैंक ऑफ क्रेडिट गाइन औना सुमबगी पेन की और एकेडमिक बैंक ऑफ क्रेडिट की और कोई प्रॉब्लम से आम थोले करी नोहेदा मसी आधार का लोइनमक लिंक तो आधार का लोइनमक पेन जनरेट तो आधार चंग अदगी एबीसी जनरेट तो आधार चंग बस कोई प्रॉब्लम ले आम लाइसी कई नोहेदा छात्र की आधार से माग एकेडमिक रिपोर्ट्स के चाना दब
Kangleipak Students Association KSA warns shopkeepers in Manipur against selling essential commodities at inflated prices amid supply disruptions caused by landslides and economic blockades on national highways. Speaking to media at Kuyatong today, KSA Secretary General Huirongbam Babalu urged wholesalers and retailers not to exploit the prevailing situation. He also appealed to all shops to display the price list fixed by the Department of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution while selling essential items. KSA cautioned that any shop found overcharging consumers would be held responsible for the consequences of appropriate action taken against it.
Namasida Dukandar Singna for Nom the Sangria Draba, Posagi Maman Asem, Coin Yoning Mamong, the Maman Hena, Yon Magi Tabak Asa, Kudat Lepo of Nihana, Kong Park Student Association, KSC Makati Tamjari, Amadi Masi, Matanga, Kong Park Student Association. Magolana, Posay Maman Hena, Yolan, Massing Kai, Matina, Tola Bagdi, Madu Torpa, over the Daita Masamasana, Dukandar Sing, Pugadavani, the Namasiki National Highway Sing, I am a singing the B. Ubana, we know from Jupantai Matanda, Tatan landslide Topa, Madi, Mandamasika totally what of the waters economy blockade the Singma Sina, you know, the Sangria of Poland singing Maman Sahena, Joanduna, Beninus Davasina, Mokomokogi, Pamonda, Yonkalapa. Sing say for you know we sure as Azariba, Niami, Makori, by Makori Mepa, some money, Heineke, Sen and Lowy.
Youth Affairs and Sports Employee Association staged protest today at the Directorate Complex, Kumalam Park, opposing the reappointment of an MCS officer as Joint Director. Speaking to media, Association President M. Romes Luang alleged lapses in the administration and management of sports in the department and demanded that the government fill 418 vacant posts. He further urged the government to appoint experienced officials with a background in sports to key posts such as Director, Joint Director and Deputy Director, stating that appointing someone without interest or experience in sports is unacceptable. Residents have warned that they will launch various forms of agitation from August 16, including blocking the Uchatol Road in Juribam district if the relevant government department fails to repair the road by August 15. In a video statement, Uchatol Pioneer Club President Mutum Premchandra said the road has remained in a deplorable condition for a long time despite repeated appeals and written representations submitted to relevant authorities. He stated that villagers have waited for the government to take up repair work, but with no visible progress so far, they have been left with no option but to launch protest.
Security forces, helipad ki kam maru ONIBALA lambi asi automatic matang chunadaba kam phataba ma ore haliba lambi asi lagliba August ki tang 35 phawgi manungda karigumba positive response sarkar piraktaba taragadi koi mathangi numit tang 13 gi gai sigi mayam pullakanda koi makhal makha kya gi khongjang changchen gani haina koi lakut.
Now it's time for a short commercial break. After the break, we'll bring you news on 81st Hiroshima Day observance in Imphal. Keep watching Impact News.
Ahan magtada mayamu mazoki makai dagi taramna okser mayam mazobta laiba cooler sing asi stock clearance sales tawba hauzare air cooler gi oina starting price is subna tagi 4500 tagi hauzagani AC air conditioner gi oina su stock clearance sales tawzari mazobta subna tagi 28990 da AC phangbigani.
Welcome back after the break. You are watching Primetime English Bulletin. Indo-Japan Friendship Association Manipur observed the 81st Hiroshima Day today at Manipur Press Club. Speaking on the occasion, Association Secretary I. Mangan said Hiroshima Day commemorates the victims of the atomic bombing of Hiroshima during the Second World War and serves as a global appeal for peace and the elimination of nuclear weapons. He noted that over 8,500 cities worldwide support the Hiroshima Peace Declaration, highlighting Manipur's own experience during World War II. Mangan stressed the importance of strengthening Indo-Japan ties for peace, development and economic cooperation. Lamlai MLA KH Ibomcha, retired IPS officer Sarangthem Manaubi, Yumna Mahendra Kumar and Ningthozam Kumar, among others, attended the event.
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯖꯄꯥꯟꯁꯤ ꯑꯦꯇꯣꯝ ꯕꯣꯝꯒꯤ ꯏꯍꯥꯟ ꯍꯥꯟꯕ ꯚꯤꯛꯇꯤꯝ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯤ ꯅ꯭ꯌꯨꯀ꯭ꯂꯤꯌꯔ ꯋꯦꯄꯟꯁꯀꯤ ꯑꯋꯥꯕ ꯄꯤꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯆꯩꯊꯦꯡ ꯏꯍꯥꯟ ꯍꯥꯟꯅ ꯐꯪꯕ ꯀꯟꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯅꯤ ꯖꯄꯥꯟꯁꯤ ꯂꯥꯛ 1,40,000 ꯁꯤꯈꯤꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯃꯗꯨꯗ ꯁꯤꯍꯧꯗꯕꯁꯤꯅ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯐꯥꯎꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯁꯣꯏꯅꯥꯏꯔꯒ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯃꯤꯁꯤꯡ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯐꯥꯎꯕ ꯍꯤꯡꯉꯤ ꯃꯣꯏꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯔꯥꯎꯟ ꯆꯍꯤ 43 ꯃꯁꯥꯒꯤ ꯆꯍꯤ 43ꯀꯤ ꯃꯊꯛꯇ ꯂꯣꯏꯅ ꯂꯩꯔꯦ ꯚꯤꯛꯇꯤꯝꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯅ ꯂꯦꯜꯂꯤꯕ ꯄꯨꯟꯁꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯝꯗꯨꯗ ꯋꯥꯈꯤꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯦ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯍꯟꯅ ꯍꯤꯔꯣꯁꯤꯃꯥꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯁꯤꯅ ꯃꯦꯌꯔꯁꯤꯅ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯍꯟꯅ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯃꯤꯑꯣꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯁꯤꯗ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯊꯤꯕꯤꯁꯤꯗ ꯈꯨꯟꯗꯥ ꯂꯩꯇꯥꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯤꯑꯣꯏꯕꯗ ꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯊꯕꯛꯁꯦ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯍꯟꯅ ꯇꯧꯍꯜꯂꯒꯨꯝꯁꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯊꯤꯝꯁꯤꯗꯅꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯃꯣꯏꯅ ꯄꯥꯡꯊꯣꯛꯏ ꯍꯤꯔꯣꯁꯤꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯁꯤꯗ ꯃꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯦꯁꯦꯖ ꯂꯥꯛꯏ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯁꯤ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯤꯊꯤꯕꯤꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯍꯟꯅ ꯅ꯭ꯌꯨꯀ꯭ꯂꯤꯌꯔ ꯕꯣꯝꯒꯤ ꯆꯩꯊꯦꯡꯁꯦ ꯐꯪꯍꯜꯂꯒꯨꯝꯁꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯍꯤꯔꯣꯁꯤꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯐꯦꯕꯔꯗ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦ ꯍꯤꯔꯣꯁꯤꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯐꯦꯕꯔꯗ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯁꯤꯇꯤꯁꯦ ꯁꯤꯇꯤ 9,000
Department of Physics, GP Women's College also observed Hiroshima Day 2026 today at the college. Speaking on the occasion, head of the Department of Physics, L. Tampasana, said the observance commemorates the atomic bombing of Hiroshima 80 years ago and honors the thousands of lives lost. She stressed that the program aims to promote peace and raise awareness about the devastating consequences of weapons of mass destruction. Tampasana also advocated the peaceful use of nuclear technology as a clean source of energy rather than for developing destructive weapons. A quiz competition was also organized as part of the observance.
Atom bomb fusion ase karino khangatringaidagi isakpingaidagi Hiroshima gi bomb thadabagi wari si adum paduna lai adum khangdana adum lae ado matamdugi amangba mayamdo ado huji akoina tama matamna fission atomic bomb hydrogen bomb nuclear gi reaction mayam si tamakpa matamda masigi amangba mayam je urubuda nungaitaba su phawi adu asugumba nungaitaba su thohanninge adugi mahot masina afaba romda sijinaraga nuclear power plant asingba tawraga akogi maigi isingi phangriba punamakse chawkhatnaba lambi romda oina sijinabirabati prithibi se yamna nungaiba sargagi amabati lekongumna nungaina leibi ngamgani hana thajajai.
Governor Ajay Kumar Bhalla today reviewed the progress of the National Tuberculosis Elimination Program (NTEP) in Manipur at Lok Bhavan, Imphal, in the presence of senior health department officials. During the meeting, the governor launched the Nikshay Mitra Manipur web portal under the Pradhan Mantri TV Mukh Bharat Abhiyan to encourage individuals, institutions and organizations to support TB patients with nutritional and other essential assistance. Health Commissioner cum Secretary Suman Singh highlighted improvements in TB screening, diagnosis and treatment, including the introduction of AI-enabled handheld X-ray devices for remote areas. Appreciating the efforts of the Health Department, the Governor directed officials to strengthen early detection, treatment, monitoring and community participation to achieve a TB-free Manipur. Deputy Commissioner Chandal IAS Hemant Kumar launched Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission ABDM Scan and Share online OPD token generation system at Chandal District Hospital today. With the launch of new digital token system, public will no longer have to wait in long queues for OPD tokens and can easily book OPD tokens with QR code scan. The new digital service aimed at strengthening digital healthcare service was launched at the district level felicitation program of Kayal Cup Award winners 2025-26 come launching of ABDM Scan and Share. Chandal Chief Medical Officer Dr. Joyshen Monsang and Medical Superintendent Dr. Sarchung Moyon attended the event. Environment and Climate Change Department Director T. Brajakumar warns that the disappearance of natural springs over the past 5 decades could lead to a serious water scarcity crisis in Manipur. He was speaking on the sidelines of inaugural of 3-day training program on climate resilient springshed management in Manipur, organized by Department of Environment and Climate Change in collaboration with NERI, WALM, Assam and ACWADAM Pune. Brajakumar said declining rainfall, poor groundwater recharge and the drying up of springs have contributed to increasing water shortages in the state. He added that the training aims to revive springs through traditional conservation practices and sustainable water management. Around 40 participants, mainly from hill communities, along with officials from various line departments, are attending the program.
कोई ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम से ngasi isina tarak suba training program ni tu makhlagi training mapan mo kai tawre adu haji phau da punna yam da mi sani kai sakhum gi sang da pun training pire ga sat khara de trainings de gi khara thawai yaw ba khara haiba kamu se khona community resource person na khona appoint tawraga magi thagi pisa lamsum khara piraga akhoi gi research rate holan ba adagi makri gi research zone khona practice stories je khona ngak se laga monitor je khoi ifut anamagi monitor je khoi tha kun tawre ha dare khoi quality na kamai leri chemical pollution leibra leitabra adagi ising thobu chang handar pura hangan प्रकार की अतुगी मॉनिटरिंग सिस्टम से ट्रेनिंग से यावरी अतुगी मतुना खोना इफुट क्रिटिकल न करमबो अरे करमना कंगे करमना हेन इसिंग थोरे काय जे खोना अतुगी मतुना ट्रेनिंग
A meeting on the implementation of Clean Himalayan Hill Cities Initiative Manipur under Swachh Bharat Mission Urban 2.0 Manipur was held today at the conference hall of Mini Secretariat Complex, Bishnupur. The meeting was chaired by Bishnupur DC Pujai Langbams. Sendra and Loktak Lek have been identified under the Clean Himalayan Hill Cities Initiative. Har Ghar Tiranga campaign will be observed across the country from August 9 to 17 to mark the 78th year of India's independence. Addressing a press conference at the mini conference hall North Block Civil Secretariat today, Art and Culture Department Secretary Naurem Praveen said the campaign aims to encourage every household to proudly hoist the national flag as a mark of respect and patriotism. He also informed that coinciding with the 150th year of the national song Vande Mataram, the song will be promoted during the campaign. Various state and district level programs will be organized, while all activities conducted in previous years will also continue during this year's observance.
Press conference na sa inyo hajab na all the details kana si program ka guru ji kan kai the activities da koina state level to go but district level to go activities kai doi madugi mayam do state level to go ma kisi department ma kai koi koina ba madu khan gare singa re district level so the local bodies ma kai so through district administration ko loina pa officer tuga la iba kan se ko ki august ki tarik tara kan ko se da Vande Mataram themed state level tiranga concert simai ko kan da bhal pango.
Former Moirang MLA Prithviraj Mairembam handed over MOAP cards to 232 senior citizens over 60 years of age of 12 wards under Moirang Assembly constituency, namely Pubala Gram Panchayat, Chonglaubi, Tera Khongsangbi Gram Panchayat and Moirang Municipal Council. The distribution of MOAP cards was jointly carried out with social welfare departments at the former MLA's Chengai residence. Speaking on the sidelines, Prithviraj informed that beneficiaries who receive the pension cards will receive the pension amount for 6 months in their respective bank accounts within a week. Now in sports, 5-member karate team and 1-member manager from Kangleisha Kanglei Sports Academy left Imphal today to represent India at the 2nd South Asian Open International Karate Championship 2026 to be held on August 7 and 8 at the Sharath Stadium, Kathmandu, Nepal. The 5 players are Yaipaba Tokchom, Koronganba Khaidem, Maninganba Lashram, Chingakam Dumbraj and Sanasam Yaipaba. Speaking at the send-off, team manager Kadangbam Sanjit Maitei said 6 players from Manipur, including 1 female athlete, were selected for the Indian team. However, the female player could not participate due to financial constraints. He also highlighted that airfares for athletes have increased sharply over the past 3 years, making it difficult for many sports persons to compete outside the state. He appealed to the government to introduce airfare concessions or support schemes for athletes traveling to national and international competitions.
Civic film is later koi Manipur dagi laiba sanor sing asi satpangam dabagi lipai bama poksai maramaduna koi sahi ahum surabang asigi irang asida ngasi akoina hanadi makhara satuna koina financial program asi maximum sing tara manga dagi na koi national level ma sana sapada ngasi phangam ma ngasi di sanor ma ngasi national championship am yaunu bo hanabada sing ni 40,000 dagi makhata na hena changjalak pasina sanor sing ngasi Manipur da thokpagi pilar thokpi khodong chaba simlon handarak pasina yamno wasalak pa sina koina yam awabama way aduna hojik lairiba Manipur gi laibiriba mari lainaba authority na kitang yangem midona sanarusing di khanbiraga flight makta ka aga jo khoi gi tungan ba congestion ma pibiraga di hena phagani.
The 16 Men's FIH Hockey World Cup will be held from August 14 to 30 in Belgium and the Netherlands, with 16 teams competing. India has been drawn in Pool D alongside England, Wales and Pakistan. The 20-member Indian squad includes Olympian Sanglakpam Nilakanta of Manipur. India will begin its campaign against Wales on August 15, face England on August 17 and take on Pakistan on August 19 in a highly anticipated league match. Before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Ministry of External Affairs confirms India and Myanmar are holding discussions to resolve undemarcated sections of international border. Reports suggest possible territorial exchange along Manipur-Myanmar border. All Manipur Students' Union alleges Center is planning to cede a portion of Manipur's territory to Myanmar and warns of intense agitation if such a move is pursued. Government plans two-day consultative meeting cum seminar on Manipur's demographic profile amid ongoing pressure by JFD and 14 CSOs of Kanglai Park to obtain NRC before census exercise in Manipur. JFD warns of boycotting census in Manipur if state government's two-day consultative meeting cum seminar on census and NRC fails to address public aspirations and demands. Directorate of Printing and Stationery, Government of Manipur launches free Print Flow 360 and online digital workflow platform. Art and Culture Director appeals to support Manipur State's Archives' ongoing initiative to digitize and preserve Puya break manuscripts under Gyan Bharatnam mission. COSM Secretary urges parents and teachers to ensure that students' academic records match their Aadhaar details to avoid future complications. And Manipur observes 81st Hiroshima Day commemorating the victims of Second World War atomic bombing of Hiroshima with global appeal for peace and elimination of nuclear weapons. That's all we have in this bulletin. Thank you for being with us. Coming up next is Primetime Manipur Bulletin. Have a great evening and stay safe.
Sri Sri Gaurachandraya Namaha.